Web3 lingo is confusing. This list of 50 terms will get you up to speed. I'm going to go through a thread by Mishada Vinci about Web3 terms we need to know, to see what is happening. These words allow us to understand and actually see this world that is unfolding. One of the most important things to understand about all of this decentralized internet that is unfolding is that we're now going to be able to sign in to these networks with our wallet. And that is such a difference of how we've been signing in to big tech, Web 2.0. We've accepted terms and conditions that gives 100% of the content we make, of our energy, of our attention, of the monetization of our time to advertisers, to these companies. And the big change is that we're going to be signing in with our wallet. But let's go through some other terms that are going to be super important to understand what I'm talking about on this channel as we adventure into the digital unfolding unknown. Okay, first up, alpha, early investment advice or information that puts you ahead of the game. Where's the alpha? Who's got the alpha? Let's track down the influencers who have the alpha. Aping in, buying into an NFT project, perhaps without due diligence. This can also be aping into certain tokens that we're making plays on as well. Aping in, it's usually a very big bag. BTFD, buy the F and dip. When a crypto price is dropping hard, that's the time to buy in. Okay, it's a war cry. Buy the F and dip. All right, your beliefs are being challenged, buy anyway. Biddle, this is a change on Huddle. Hold on for dear life. Biddle is build useful stuff. When crypto is dipping, building useful stuff proves that it's still valuable. Okay, during bear markets, we're focusing on biddling. If you're new here, that's what we're doing in the Freedom Stackers Discord. We're biddling. We're building smarter contracts. Okay, that's what it's all about. Jump on in there, say hello to some like-minded folk doing the same thing. Okay, degen. Degen is degenerate or gambler, someone shooting at all chances, possibly taking extreme risks. This is actually quite a bit of fun to do sometimes. We also want to be making sure that we're taking profits on the way up and that we're minimizing risk in this scenario, but there's a lot of exponential gains to be had, but just be careful. DYOR, do your own research before you invest in cryptos or buy NFTs. Do your own research. That is a fundamental disclaimer on everything you see on the internet. Do your own research. Learn how to do your own research. FOMO, fear of missing out. Understand your emotions. Understand that when you see the green bar, the green candle, rocket ship, if you have a fear of missing out, you're probably going to be missing out on the dump that's about to happen. So slow-mo, don't FOMO. Slow-mo is a technique taught by Crypto Swami. He has a AR Crypto, which is an advanced DeFi skills education program. If you want to navigate this world with responsible portfolio balancing, pick up the DeFi skills to be able to become your own bank, become your own Wall Street. That's the place to start. AR Crypto, I've got a link in the description so you can book a call and talk about that as well. Friend, it's about finding friends. We want friends, okay? That's a friend. FUD, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So whenever the price might be dipping, you're like, all right, where's the FUD? Who's FUDding? Oh, I don't believe in this project anymore. Oh, no, ETH 2.0 is coming. Right? Uncertainty, doubt, fear. Those are things that lead us into bear markets and lead us into price corrections. GM, good morning, also known as get money. GN, good night. GMI, gonna make it. NGMI, not gonna make it. WAGMI, that is a battle cry of the community aspect in crypto. WAGMI, we're all gonna make it. Now be careful inside Telegrams and Discords, you get a bit of an echo chamber and you get a lot of people saying, yeah, we're in early, we're WAGMI, WAGMI, WAGMI. But in reality, they're building hype because they know that hype is going to raise the price of the token. And if you fall into that hype, you're going to be used as exit liquidity. So be careful when you experience FOMO. Make sure that you're not just falling for the hype that's being built up in these places. Okay, Huddle, holding on for dear life when a crypto price tumbles. How much do you believe in your investment? Which investments could you hodl if the price were to take a massive correction? I think Bitcoin is going to prove itself as one of the smartest the smartest cryptos to hodl over the long term. IRL, in real life, okay? Is any of this real life? Are we just dreaming and hallucinating this digital environment together? I think so. That's why I've made a map of it. And the more that we plug into this digital life, the more that we should be aware that we should plug out into real life, into our physical environment. Probably nothing. Often used sarcastically to mean the opposite. It probably is something. Every time there's more and more news that's showing us how real this crypto thing is, it's a massive development, someone's going to come along and say, it's probably nothing. It's probably nothing, right? Wrecked. Don't get wrecked out there, friends. Refers to a crypto trader who is ruined due to losses from a price crash. Okay, wrecked. We're trying not to get wrecked. Rule number 1, don't get wrecked. Okay? Or rugged. When developers market a project to generate sales and then abandon it, taking existing profits and the project value and buyer's NFT goes to 0. Okay, this can happen on tokens, this can happen on games. It's very common inside hype cycles. Once one project has massive success, like strong nodes, you get a bunch of replicas, clones, or forks. When that happens, there's a lot of developers who are just putting on the show on the front end saying, hey, we're going to build this, we're going to build this. All this hype is, should come to us. And it does a lot of the time. And then they're gone because it's way easier to share the idea, the speculation of value, than it is to actually build that value in the long term. Okay, the speculation, the hype of value is much faster to build and to grow than it is to build actual real utility and value. That's why so much of this these plays have to do with the narrative and the strength of that narrative, as well as the hype cycles and getting in early, because a lot of this value that is growing in this space isn't being realized. Same thing happened during the dot-com bubble as well. Shill. Unsolicited endorsing in public, promoting an NFT you're dropping or a coin you're invested in. And, on YouTube, on Twitter, in WhatsApp group chats. Here's the thing. Every time we own a bag and we talk about that bag, whether it's to a friend with good intentions or it's creating a video on YouTube for subscribers, we are shilling. And this is something that we need to understand in this new environment, is that we're all shilling something. And sometimes it's an NFT, sometimes it's a coin, sometimes it's Bitcoin, sometimes it's a belief or a perspective of what's going on in the world. We're all in the attention economy, we're all shilling whatever we're paying attention to. So let's be aware of that. Let's be conscious of that, about what we're shilling, and understand that in a way we're all shilling. And we're all marketing these networks, and that's why I'm paying very close attention to what decentralized marketing looks like right now in this environment. So sweep the floor. That's when buying NFTs in bulk at the floor or base price. So that's usually out of a collection of NFTs. The floor price is what the cheapest NFTs in that collection are being sold for. Some collectors, especially larger collectors, will come in and buy up all of the cheaper ones in order to relist them and sell them higher to the next guy. When Airdrop, when mainnet, right? When When is the next development? We want to hear that development. Developers are being challenged to share and be transparent more than ever, because that's where people expect the price to grow. When a new network or a new project moves from the test phase to the main phase, or they're launching a marketplace, when launch, right? When airdrop, when next development. It's a very common request from investors to know from the developers, when's that next dopamine hit that's going to be able to turn into a narrative that we can go and speculate and ride a hype cycle. All right, when. Whale. Individuals, institutions, or exchanges that hold significant amounts of tokens of a particular cryptocurrency. So very large bag holders, who are the whales who move the markets. Okay, so that's a bit more of the lingo out there. Let's go into some more basic terms, as Misha states. Address, a string of characters that represents a wallet that can send and receive cryptocurrency. Okay, so no matter what you're doing in this space, and as we understand Web3, the same way you have an email, you need to have a digital wallet. So your wallet will have an address, and people, that's okay for that address to be public. You can share that address with people. It doesn't mean that they can access what's inside that wallet. Okay, that's going to be with your private key, which we'll get to in a moment. Airdrop, a marketing campaign that distributes a specific cryptocurrency or token to an audience via wallets. Okay, so this is happening in Pulse Chain, which is basically a fork, a copy and paste of Ethereum as it moves to proof of stake instead of proof of work. And the developers of Pulse Chain are actually going to copy and paste all of the tokens on the Ethereum network and paste a version of them in their a Pulse Chain version of those tokens in the Pulse Chain network. So you'll be able to change your MetaMask to the Pulse Chain network and be able to view all of your Pulse version of your Ethereum tokens. So this is a marketing technique that a lot of people who are already in a similar ecosystem will get bonuses and be incentivized to use the new project or the new protocol. Very interesting. It's why I'm staking Atom, because everything in the Atom Cosmos ecosystem is airdropping free tokens to Atom stakers. Very, very interesting new factor to take into account. This is decentralized marketing. And just like you might get a coupon sent to your email, you'll get free tokens sent to your wallet. So Block Explorer, so an interface that lets you see transactions on the blockchain. The beauty of the blockchain is that it's transparent and it's public, and so you can see everything that's happening on the blockchain. What is a blockchain? A sequence of blocks or units of digital information stored consecutively in a public database. The basis for cryptocurrencies, example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche. Okay, there's alternative types of blockchains like DAG and Hashgraph, but we'll get into that at other times. Burn. NFTs or coins are considered burned when they have been purposely and permanently removed from circulation. So a crypto token or an NFT might be programmed to get out there, but it can also be programmed to burn. Maybe in every transaction, a certain amount of the tokens are burned. The burn function allows the supply to be reduced and start playing with the tokenomics, which is the economy of these tokens. So crypto in general, a cryptocurrency, a digital currency that is secured by cryptography, which makes it nearly impossible to counterfeit or double spend. Now, a crypto may not only be a currency, it may be like a stock. It may be a voting right. It may be a piece of the blockchain code that you can actually put to work as part of this distributed ledger and actually get fees for. So it's kind of like infrastructure. At the same time, it can be all of those things. And that's that's why this whole thing is profound, what we're living through and how the new internet is being built onto crypto that we can own. A DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization, a blockchain-based organization where all involved can have ownership and engage in decision making. Okay, instead of people governing us, the code is now governing us. And there's some interesting DAOs that are basically becoming decentralized incubators, decentralized venture capitalists. A DAO could be purposed for anything. It's really just taking the people out of the equation and allowing a mission or an idea to be organized and to compensate people for contributing to that idea. DAOs, although they're, it's still very early stages, but it seems like a lot of businesses are going to start adopting the DAO model in the way they're organized. A DApp, a decentralized app, any practical application of blockchain and or cryptocurrency like mobile games or social sites. I don't think that's the greatest definition, but a decentralized app might be, let's say, like an Uniswap. Okay, so an Uniswap is a decentralized application. It's a way for you to sign in with your wallet and trade tokens on the Ethereum network. So this is a DApp right here where you connect your wallet and you can do various functions. Okay, so they can be built. This is dApps. There's an app for that. The same way the same way when the iPhone came along and we started using apps on our phones, there's an app for that. There's going to be a dApp for that as we move into this new internet. Decentralization, the transfer of control and decision making from a centralized entity, an individual or an organization, to a distributed network. Okay, DeFi, decentralized finance, removes the control banks and institutions have on money, financial products, and services. Every individual with a smartphone right now can become their own Wall Street. And I'm not saying that lightly. This isn't speculation. It's already happening. There's millionaires being printed every day as people are learning this and having the patience to navigate a pretty messy, creation of this new financial system built on the blockchain. Fiat, a term for government-issued currencies like the US dollar or currency controlled by a central authority. Floor, the lowest price available for an NFT in a collection. So when you sweep the floor, you're picking up all of the NFTs in a collection that are the lowest price. Gas, the fee required to conduct a transaction or execute a contract on the Ethereum blockchain, but also most blockchains. So you can see the blockchain as an operating system like you would see Microsoft Windows or Mac OS. And then every program that uses that operating system, or every token that uses that blockchain to do a transaction, it requires some code from that underlying blockchain, and that's called gas. And that's been a big issue for Ethereum because there's very high gas fees. It's having trouble scaling. More and more people are using Ethereum and the NFTs, and we're moving into the new internet built on these blockchains. So we need solutions that can process a tremendous amounts of transactions per second, and that's why Solana got a lot of attention. That's why A0, Aleph Zero, which can do twice as many as Solana, is getting a lot of attention. The blockchains that can reduce gas fees and make it sensible to do transactions on them are going to win. Ngwe is a denomination used to define the cost of gas in transactions on Ethereum in particular. Maxi, maximalist, someone who believes that one particular crypto is the only viable one by far and predominantly invests in it. So this might, the most largest group of maxis are the Bitcoin Maxis. They really believe Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency, the only blockchain to pay attention to, and everything else is a shitcoin, basically. I'm not quite a Bitcoin maxi, although I believe in this era of massive innovation and creation and experimentation in all of these areas, whenever we have corrections, and we're going to have this series of euphoric optimism, reality check, euphoric optimism, reality check. Every time we have a reality check, I think we're going to retreat to a base camp of belief of like, okay, well, maybe Solana didn't have as much value as we thought because it has all this downtime and we can't use it like that. So let's retreat. And where do we retreat back to? I think it's going to be to Bitcoin and to stablecoins, whatever version of stable we end up defining. Metaverse, a digital universe with all of the aspects of the real world, real-time interactions and economies. I don't know about all the aspects of the real world. I mean, there's something about human touch that isn't being replicated in this digital environment. For me, the metaverse is the internet, the 3D metaverse that we probably imagine when we hear the word metaverse is just another internet browser. The same way Netscape Navigator came along and made the internet usable, the metaverse is going to make the 3D internet usable. And I've got one of those VR goggles. It's like putting a phone an inch away from your face. I'm not too big of a fan of VR. I wouldn't spend more than an hour on that thing before my eyes are starting to feel that radiation, that electromagnetic frequency coming off of the screen. So I think we'll most likely end up mass adopting AR unless we have some type of solution for that for VR. So Mint, the creation of a new NFT token, turns a digital file into a crypto collectible or digital asset. So that's really the process of embedding, let's say, a JPEG onto the blockchain. So when you mint a NFT on the Ethereum blockchain, you're embedding the code, the metadata of that JPEG, that photo, onto the blockchain in that immutable, unchangeable blockchain. And that's what a mint is. So when you mint, you're basically embedding code into the blockchain. NFT, a non-fungible token, a unique digital object that confers ownership of a virtual good like a digital artwork or online collectible or plane ticket or membership pass or absolutely everything. We will eventually be buying and selling real estate as NFTs. It's just a better way to track ownership and to track transactions of unique objects. The digital environment, you can copy and paste everything. So what NFTs do is make it create scarcity, create uniquely identifiable code, which determines that, okay, this piece is the original. This is this is the authentic actual piece of content that was created or object that was created. And we're going to see this NFTs be that integration into the real world. So we're already starting to see fashion and art start using NFT embedding in their objects to make the authenticity of these objects completely unchangeable and verifiable. Permissionless, often used to describe blockchains, a system where no entity can regulate who can use it and how. Okay, so if you have a Bitcoin address, there's not going to be Bitcoin deciding at their board of directors meeting that everyone from this country can't use the blockchain network. If you use Bitcoin, you don't need any permission to use it in the system. P2E, this is play to earn, very big, as in games like Axie Infinity. That is an absolute giant in the play to earn space. I think the play to earn space is a game changer. There's very little friction in this environment. So the projects that are building this space can actually implement DeFi, decentralized finance, now. The nation of gamers, the hundreds of millions, the billions of video gamers on this planet can enter these worlds with very little friction, sign in with their wallets, and start generating value immediately. So it's kind of a nation without borders. Some of these video games can really start tapping into those communities and audiences and building value now. We're not talking about a currency that might be the global currency of the future, or real estate's going to be revolutionized with NFTs. That's years away, a lot of friction. Play to earn gaming has very little friction, so it has a lot of people excited about investment because you can see that real value be built out sooner than in other industries. PFP, this means profile pic. We're seeing Twitter and Instagram start adopting NFTs as profile pictures. Most of the NFT collections that you've seen, Bored Apes, CryptoPunks, these are PFP collections. They're just basically designed to be used as profile pictures. Seed phrase, a series of words that unlocks your crypto wallet. It's like your bank account number, your social security number, date of birth, home address, and ATM pin all in one. If someone gets it, they can take all of your crypto assets. And apparently seed phrase isn't the most technical word for it, but it's also called the mnemonic phrase. That's that series of 12 to 24 words that are your private key. Okay, when you own crypto and you get a cold wallet or a self-custody wallet, right? Where you take your keys off of the internet, you don't actually take the crypto code off of the blockchain. That code is still in the blockchain. What you're actually taking off of the internet is the private keys. That's that series of 12 to 24 words, which opens your safe deposit box, your security deposit box on the blockchain, and gives you access to transact with those codes that are on the blockchain. Okay, so your seed phrase or your private key is probably a better way to call it, is your code to open your blockchain security box and start interacting with the tokens and the NFTs that you have on each blockchain. Self-custody. This is when you own the private keys. This isn't like a Coinbase or a Crypto.com where you're signing in with your email and maybe your authenticator, password. They have custody of your crypto on those centralized exchanges. So self-custody is when you've moved your crypto off of the centralized exchanges into a wallet, and then you've taken the private keys into your own possession. Pay very close attention and give yourself the security of making sure that those are very well locked down. Smart contract, very important to understand. This is one of the game changers, right? Bitcoin was the first digital ledger, but Ethereum was really the first mass scale smart contract platform. What is a smart contract? A piece of code that self-executes once certain conditions are met, like a vending machine, but online. How do they work? It's a pre-programmed contract. It's full of if then. If X happens, then Y is released or Y is paid. If then statements, depending on when those chain of events happens, the smart contract is executed and somebody's paid out according to whatever transaction. So in DeFi, all of these DeFi protocols are essentially smart contracts that you can interact with, and that's what we're doing inside the Discord, inside the Freedom Stackers. We're making smarter contracts. Okay, we're making smarter contracts. Every investment in crypto and NFTs, it's all smart contracts. So let's work together to make smarter contracts. Social token, a type of cryptocurrency that a brand, community, or influencer can use to monetize themselves. Okay, as we own our identity and decentralized IDs become a thing, when we are signing in with our wallet, okay, we're going to be giving likes and watching videos and making videos Now we don't need the middlemen between us and the advertisers. The people, the attention that we're giving and receiving is going to be monetized by tokens, whichever token that network might use. So this is really important to understand because our social network is about to be monetized in new ways. Next up, token. A token is a representation of an asset that can be held, traded, or staked to earn interest. Remember, it can be an asset, it can be a piece of equity, it can be code that you can stake and actually contribute to a network by validating information on that network. It can be infrastructure, it can be voting rights as well. So a token can have all different types of utility, it depends on the project. Trustless, an environment where there is no centralized authority such as a bank. The code now governs us. Wallet, a place to store crypto assets. If you don't have a wallet already, what are you doing? Go get a wallet. Your easiest wallet is probably opening up Coinbase or Crypto.com or Binance and getting your first wallet. Your next wallet is going to be a cold wallet. Now, you're going to have multiple wallets. Don't just think you'll have one and be able to access all of these cryptos. Different wallets house different cryptos. A cold wallet takes your keys off of the internet. It adds a layer of security between the hackers that may be out there looking to get your crypto and your crypto. So separate your keys from the internet, because if you're taking photos of it and storing it in a cloud drive, they can get there and get your crypto. Hot wallet. This hot wallet is online. That's going to be your Coinbase. That's going to be your digital wallets that have the private keys in there. You haven't taken them off onto one of these devices like a ledger. A whitelist or an allow list. So this is a list of addresses that get early and guaranteed access to mint NFTs at a specific date and window of time. Okay, this is when you're jumping in the Discord, and listen, all of this Web3, all of the next version of the internet is being built out in Discord. That's where the developers and the core community are hanging out. So the developers say, hey, who wants in on this project before we launch here? Go sign up for the whitelist and you'll get first access. That's a whitelist, and you'll usually find that they might say, hey, go and retweet us, retweet our announcements, and then you can get on the whitelist and different things like that. Okay, level 2 terms. File with information on transactions completed during a given time period. Blocks are the constituent parts of a blockchain. Okay, just a group of zeros and ones that are being woven together. And as they're woven together, they become immutable, unchangeable. Okay, so those first blocks of the Bitcoin blockchain back in 2009, they're still there. They can't be changed. Everyone can see them, and they will forever be embedded into the blockchain. That's an absolute game changer, because we come from an internet where everything was temporary, and it's been stored in servers that can be deleted and changed and modified, and that is no longer the case. ERC20 and ERC721, these are just technical terms for the type of tokens on Ethereum. So most Ethereum tokens, remember Ethereum is a blockchain, and ERC20 tokens are tokens that operate on the Ethereum blockchain. It's a simple interface that allows for the creation of tokens on Ethereum that can be reused by other applications, from wallets to decentralized exchanges. ERC721 defines non-fungible tokens on Ethereum and allows anyone to create tokens that are completely unique. You can actually make your own ERC20 and 721 tokens with websites in about 10 to 15 minutes. If you have that curiosity and you Google it, you can actually do that quite quickly and easily without actual coding experience. Immutable. This is I say this quite a bit. This is data that cannot be changed or modified by anyone after its creation. The core defining feature of blockchain. Okay, it's unchangeable. everything in the Facebook and Google servers might get some type of hack or corruption, and the data gets changed, and they can change our history together on the internet. They can't do that with the data that is stored on the blockchain, because everyone in that network is validating history. For the first time, the history is being embedded into an unchangeable store of record. When you understand the immutable nature of the blockchain, you understand why you can't unlearn what's happening here. You can't unlearn the value of this type of ledger and how we do business together in a often corrupt environment. Interoperability, the ability to see and share information across multiple blockchains. That's why I'm a fan of the Atom ecosystem, because they're building for a multiple blockchain world. I think Ethereum is really building for an Ethereum world, and Atom, the Cosmos ecosystem, is building for a world of multiple blockchains, and with institutions and governments and retail and individuals and NFTs. I think we're all going to find blockchains, and we're going to, the same way we have Microsoft and Apple and Linux, we're going to have various blockchains to run the new internet. Layer 2, a scaling solution that promotes mass adoption of the Ethereum platform, provides tools to create scalable dApps that prioritize performance, user experience, and security. Example, Polygon Matic. Now, layer 2 is not just for Ethereum. Polkadot is a layer 1. Solana is a layer 1. Ethereum is a layer 1. Bitcoin is a layer 1. And the Lightning Network, being built on top of Bitcoin to allow super fast transactions, faster than Bitcoin can do by itself. These projects are called layer 2s. So Polygon is currently the most popular layer 2 on Ethereum. Starknet is one that I've heard is up and coming as a layer 2 on Ethereum. And then sometimes another blockchain comes along and says, we don't need any layer 2s because we can do it all on the same blockchain, on the same layer. So layer 2 is basically just another network that is being built onto the layer 1 blockchains. Mining, the process where blocks are added to the blockchain, verifying transactions, and it's also how new Bitcoin or some altcoins are created. So Bitcoin miners are processing math, and when they get the math right, they are rewarded in Bitcoin. So mining is essentially putting processes to work and getting compensated for it. You're providing value to the network. Node. Now, a node, very important to understand. This is all networks. Are you seeing that this is all networks? And a node is the most basic unit of blockchain infrastructure that stores data. For me, it's like the intersection of information. If you see, a network like a city, a node is a popular intersection. It's processing traffic of information, and that's why we've had a recent hype cycle about nodes, passive income nodes, because you can actually own code at the intersection, and you get paid for all of that transaction and that intersection of information that's happening. But sometimes it's just a story, and sometimes it's actually the actual infrastructure of the network. Proof of stake, a crypto mining system that rewards mining power to miners based on how many tokens they have, is more energy efficient than proof of work. Okay, proof of stake means when you have cryptos that are part of the network, and you're providing information or value by validating transactions on the network. Now, Bitcoin is the largest proof of work blockchain, and it's a mining system involving solving computationally intensive puzzles to validate transactions and create new blocks. So it actually creates, actually requires computer processing power as opposed to code that is more an information-based way of mining. Stablecoin, a cryptocurrency with extremely low volatility that has its market value pegged to some external reference such as the US dollar. The issue is that the US dollar may not be as stable as we all wish it would be. And so there are sometimes algorithmic stablecoins, decentralized stablecoins that are exploring what is stable in an environment where the prices of our basket of goods that we usually measure inflation goes through the roof. As our fiat currencies go through various types of inflation and deflation, what is stable? And we're seeing Frax do some interesting things, exploring how they could actually tie it to a basket of goods that we use, a basket of commodities. But a stablecoin is usually referencing a stablecoin that is pegged one-to-one to a dollar, a euro, or even a basket of currencies. And it provides a financial system, and it opens up a world of opportunities to invest and use leverage in new ways. By having a stable reference point, it opens up all types of opportunities in DeFi. Staking, putting your tokens in to serve as a validator to the blockchain and receive a reward. In crypto, you can always put your crypto to work, and staking it is actually putting it into the network. Staking, putting your tokens in to serve as a validator to the blockchain and receive a reward. This is always a great thing to be able to do. Left0, Ethereum, Bitcoin, the Lightning Network, all of these networks allow you to put nodes by staking your code, and when you do that, you get transaction fees. Depends on the network how valuable those transaction fees are, but a great rule of thumb in crypto is that you can always put your crypto to work, and that's another feature of the Cosmos ecosystem that I like. All of your code is part of the infrastructure itself, and by staking it, you can start generating some high APYs, some high returns, and generate that passive income. Because if you're new to the channel, I'm all about building a portfolio of passive income that generates peace of mind in this unfolding digital environment. So thanks for tuning in. There's 50 words to help navigate and see this unfolding digital environment that we find ourselves in. I hope it's been helpful. Let me know if there's any words I missed in the comments below. I'll do it. I'll cover them in the next version of this video. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.